Hey Phoenix family, welcome back to our final episode of the season.
So sad.
Very sad. Today we have game reviews of the weekend, interviews, and then a whole season to review for you guys. So let's get straight into it.
Yeah. So first off, we're going to give you guys an interview, one from Luke Anderson and one from Liam Switzer. This is their pre-game of our quarterfinal loss, and this is their thoughts.
We're here with Luke Anderson. How you going, Luke?
Man, another amazing day of basketball and life.
Yeah. First off, Sixth Man of the Year. How's it feel?
Wouldn't be able to do it without, I actually, funny enough, I texted the group chat and was like, thank you guys, but I was like, if our starters weren't so good, then I wouldn't have won it because I would have been starting.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What are your key focuses for tonight's matchup, like personally and then as a team?
So for tonight, just obviously try whatever it takes to win, one, and then secondly, just it's my first playoff game as a pro, so just go out there and just play hard and do what I can, and help us win.
Thanks, Luke.
For sure. Thank you guys.
See ya.
Hey,
Good luck.
to see you.
Hey Phoenix family, I'm here with Liam Switzer. Liam, what are your key focuses personally for this game and as a team?
My personal goal is to stay out of foul trouble, so I can be out there and have my impact on both ends of the floor, and so I can help the team with everything I can do on the glass and on the hoop too.
So you've come off a great college season a few months ago, and you've had a big jump this season. What do you think's been working?
I think just a confidence thing, having the mental stability to be able to focus, settle my brain, and know that I'm ready for this league and ready for this level, and it's helped me be comfortable and do what I know I can do best, which is play with energy, get on the hoop, and get easy buckets near the hoop.
Thank you.
Thanks, Luke. Good luck, bro.
Okay, now that you've heard that, we're going to get into our reviews of the game.
Unfortunately, as you probably know already, the Phoenix men did lose 86-81 to the Ipswich Force on Saturday night. It was, however, the biggest crowd that Clippers has ever had, and they were definitely loud. At one point, the whole stadium was booing, and there was many stars in the house.
Yeah, we had Casey Prather, the NBL star, Oscar Cluff coming off of his summer league, Jono Janssen and Justin Neighbor, who are ex-Phoenix players. And yeah, so this means our season's over for the Phoenix, but I can't lie, it was a great season.
Yeah.
It was really fun to be a part of. Looking at the game, Ipswich was missing Sam McDaniel because he was over in the Commonwealth Games. But even though he wasn't there, Phoenix still couldn't get it done. They just weren't hitting their shots all game, and they only really brought it in the last quarter, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think nerves are playing a big part.
Definitely.
With that big of a crowd and that much of a crowd going at it, I think it definitely took a toll on the players, and they just didn't come through.
Yeah. We were getting outscored the first 3 quarters, and then the last quarter, we outscored them 30-16? Something like that. So that shows that the boys they wanted it at the end. Obviously, it wasn't going our way the whole game, but we brought it back to within 5 points, which is alright, pretty impressive, and just not the result we wanted in the end.
Yeah, Ipswich, their cutting was out of this world. Their back cuts and stuff worked really well, and I think part of that was our lack of help defense, because when Lachlan Anderson and Lamar Patterson are on the floor, you've got to face guard them, otherwise they're going to get a bucket every time. But that allowed Jason Ralph just to find the open play every time, and it's just something you're going to have to give up in a game, and unfortunately we gave up too many. But looking on the contrary, our 4-out-1 in offense worked really well, and we got a lot of buckets inside with Liam Switzer, Luke Anderson, Nelson Carla. Yeah, they all had great games in the paint.
It was interesting to see how Phoenix played defense. They were in full denial on the retired NBA star Lamar Patterson, and they were switching all screens, which I honestly thought their defense was pretty good. Like, Ipswich ended up just hitting a bunch of threes, and every single time that we'd score or we'd make something good, they just retaliate straight back. So it was hard to get a lead when it was just going score for score.
Yeah, he's definitely. Early on, Phoenix was switching all screens, which was interesting, just so that they could take away that open passing lane. But then we went away from that because there was quite a few mismatches being created. And once we went away from that, they ended up going that run. So maybe it was a thing we should have stayed in the switches.
Yeah.
But overall, I think Sean Page did a pretty good job containing Ipswich's star players regardless.
The boys were picking up full court. There was some great steals in the game and moments there. Ernest Ross was getting really fired up. He was completely up and in, and yeah, at the end of the day, it just didn't go our way. But I am really proud of the boys, and especially the whole season. It did just unfortunately not come all the way together tonight.
Looking at some stats, we had Luke Anderson putting up 16 points and 7 rebounds. Nelson had 15 points and 13 rebounds. Darnell had 10 points, 10 rebounds and 7 assists.
On the other team, Lachlan Anderson had 26 points and 7 rebounds, and Lamar Patterson had 23 points, 9 rebounds and 7 assists. And even though they still both had 20-point games, I feel like Lamar normally would score quite a bit more, so hopefully we did restrict him, even though it was still 20 points.
Yeah, all of his buckets were tough buckets, so you have to give it to the Phoenix. He was working for his points. Now you guys are going to hear an interview with Oscar Cluff and Jono Janssen. This is post-game, and this is their thoughts and what they've been up to.
So we're here with Jono Janssen and Oscar Cluff. First off, Oscar, coming off a great college season, what was it like in that college experience, and how does it feel to play against great players like Braden Smith?
Yeah, it was great experience. I'd recommend anybody over here coming up in the younger ages to go over and experience college, because it's once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
And I would recommend.
Cool. And Jono, played for the Phoenix a few seasons back. What'd you see tonight, and what'd you like?
I mean, the boys came out with energy. It's always frustrating after a win to see the things that I like. But I can see that the culture's definitely made some good shifts this year, and the roster, I think there's been some real good improvements. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how they kind of build on that in the next few years.
Yeah, nice. And is there any chance there's a return to the Phoenix?
Oh, not for a little while now.
Yeah. You never know what the future may hold. We'll say that.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
So now we're going to have our season review. So we're basically just going to go over the season.
Yeah.
And what happened. Opening round, double header. Game 1 versus Northside, Game 2 versus North Gold Coast Seahawks. Men's got the 2 wins. Women's had 1 win, 1 loss.
The women's were versing ex-players Jess Boundy and Emma Benjamin. And Izzy Palmer, in her second game of the entire season, put up 31 points, 8 rebounds and 4 assists against North Gold Coast Seahawks.
And Luke Anderson on his first game had started strong with 22 points and 6 rebounds to kick off his Sunshine Coast Phoenix career. Round 2, we had the bye, so we had a week off to revise our plays and go over and polish some things off. Round 3 and round 4, the men's team hit a cold streak, so we had a 1-point loss to Cairns, who had, looking now, haven't lost the whole season, so that's the closest any team had ever gotten, so that's a big achievement. And the women had 1 win, 1 loss. Deshawn had 32 points, 8 rebounds and 4 assists versus the Cairns Marlins. And Erin had 18 points, 15 rebounds and 4 assists as well. From round 5 to round 8, Phoenix only dropped 3 out of 10 games as a whole. So Ernest returned to the team from his overseas stint, and we were beating teams like Ipswich, Spartans and Logan. Erin had 34, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals and 3 blocks in one of her games as well. So we really took to the court and brought it to the rest of the league through those rounds. Round 9, we had the Flynn Cameron game. So the women's dominated the Southwest Metro Pirates, but the men struggled to contain Flynn Cameron, who joined for a short stint with the Pirates before heading to his Summer League debut in the USA playing for the Portland Trailblazers. Darnell had 23 points, 8 rebounds and 10 assists. Aaron had 21 points, 13 rebounds, 10 assists and 6 steals.
In rounds 10, 11 and 12, Phoenix were getting prepped for the away game, which was a double-header. They only ended up losing 1 out of the 6 games, which really helped them on the ladder. And round 13 was the away game trip, Rockhampton and Mackay. This was a double-header. The women lose in the double overtime thriller and unfortunately dropped the second game as well. However, the men won both, and Ben Perry to Liam Switzer lob is one of the top highlights of the season.
Yeah, so with this away game, the Phoenix officially clinched their quarterfinal spot, and this got the team psyched and ready for that last round against Northside, which was the round 14 game. So, the last game of the regular season, we were versing Northside for the third time. Ben Perry had his legacy game, as some would say, 9 points, 9 assists, 8 of those assists came by halftime. The women's lost and the men's won. It was Amy Brown's final game as a Phoenix, so her 16-season career with the Phoenix is come to an end. First off, Amy Brown, what a career! Like,
Seriously, yeah.
it's just like to have that kind of loyalty and stick with the Phoenix for that long in the Sunshine Coast basketball. It's just great to see, and she deserves every bit of praise.
Yeah, it was such a nice moment. Everyone kind of came onto the court, and everyone got around her.
Yeah.
She got some flowers and a bunch of photos. It was pretty sad, to be honest, to watch it. But so proud of Amy. She's had such a great impact on the team. She's been captain for years and years now. So, really great. And Charlotte Say wins the Brenton Estroff Award.
Yeah, so that was encapsulating Clippers' spirit, and I think Charlotte has gone through a tough time, but she's come out strong and still supporting the Phoenix. Finally, we had our quarterfinal, which was on the Saturday night. The devastating loss, everyone very emotional by the end of the game, and it just shows the spirit the Phoenix bring and the culture and them wanting to win. But now we have to wait another season, so yeah, it's a bit bittersweet because great season, bit of a sad ending, but still great season.
So, the end of season stat leaders for the Phoenix in the men's side. The point leader was Luke Anderson, which is great to see. 17.2 point average. Now, all of these are just averages, for example, when Ernest and Deshaun have 30-point games, it doesn't average out the same way. Rebounds, Luke Anderson had 7.3, which was also the top. Assists, Darnell Roberto had 6.27. Blocks, Nelson Carla with 1.92. And steals, Jamal Roberto with 2.
On the women's side, Erin Bowman led points, 22.4. She also led in rebounds and assists, averaging 9.2 rebounds and 6 assists. Erin also led in blocks with 1 and steals with 3.4, because obviously she won the DPOY, or shared it, with a Logan Thunder, Michaela Can. But overall, great season from Erin and the rest of the girls. They all deserve praise. They all had great games, like Maya Price and Izzy Palmer.
Yeah.
Emma Pove off the bench had a great season. Looking at how individual stats played out for the season, Nelson 5th place for blocks, Jamal was 5th place for steals, and Erin Bowman was 4th place for points, 5th for rebounds, 3rd for blocks, and 1st for steals. And she's still not in the final 3 for MVP voting. Looking at the team awards,
The The Sixth Man of the Year was awarded to Luke Anderson, which was very, very deserved, and his message to everyone was, I couldn't have done it without my team. And the DPOY was shared. Aaron Bowman shared that with
Michaela Can. And so now Aaron is officially a 4-time DPOY. On to the outro. Thank you guys for an amazing season. I think it's one of our funnest, one of our best seasons so far. We've really enjoyed it. Hopefully we'll be back next season, but stay posted with our socials and stuff. We'll have stuff coming out in the off season. We're working on a couple of projects at the moment that'll be coming out, so stay tuned for that.
Thank you guys so much for all the support this season. It really means a lot to us and the Phoenix. And yeah.
See you guys next season. Phoenix Fast Break.